Hello. Who is here with me today? Takes a little while sometimes, I know, to get in. So I'd love to know who's here. Stevie, good morning. I don't know if I've ever seen the ladybug. I like that. That's a cute one. How are you doing, Stevie? Were you there Thursday? My tushy has been sore ever since Thursday. One tushy more than the other. So wondering if you were experiencing anything. For me, partly why it was like that is because I'm cleaning my lens. Because I was at a wall. So when I go to a wall and I practice, I can do a lot deeper work. So that's part of it. Carolyn, good morning. Nice to see you here. So I thought today we would start in a chair. This class, I don't often do things in a chair. This class and my Wednesday class, we're on the ground a lot doing some foundational work, but I thought today we could start in a chair. It doesn't mean we're going to do anything crazy, but I would like there to be that aspect today. Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully that's a good thing. And then Stevie, is your soreness more core or underneath your ribs? Because the thing with twisting, believe it or not, it's actually core work, which I don't know. When I learned that, I thought that was great because twisting doesn't seem to be too challenging of a thing to do. Yet the fact that we're going to work our core, I'm like, yes, bring it on. So I wonder if as long as it's good as well. And yeah, there was a lot of rotation, right? So doing that standing and creating rotation. Well, today I would like to use a chair because when we are in a chair, we use gravity for weight bearing and we could stretch. Michael, good morning. So I would like to begin in a chair. Hope that's okay for you. I mean, some of you that practice with me, we're almost always on the ground. But I also want to share ways for us to begin our practice, not always from a supine position. So today, that's what I have in mind. I hope that that's okay. And if it's not, then you go onto the ground. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I will not be able to communicate from here, but I will be able to communicate from here. All right. So for today's practice, I'd like us to begin in a chair because we often are in a seated position throughout the day. We don't always find ourselves on the ground. And for some, beginning on the ground is a challenge. And it's either because of those that are newer to the practice or those that have traditionally practiced more of a flowing practice. When we start to slow down the practice, it's actually a more advanced practice when you slow down. When you actually stay for a little while in joints in certain positions, you have more opportunity to strengthen the joints and then to strengthen bones because where the joints are is how we push and pull on them to create bone building. So actually slowing down the practice has an advanced quality to it, yet the mind is not always ready to do that. So let's begin in a seated position today. For the practice, you will need a strap and a block. So have those handy. And then you'll also need a blanket. And one of the nice things to do is to begin with the blanket underneath your feet. There's something really nice about this, putting blanket underneath the feet. So bring the blanket underneath your feet and then bring yourself forward. So you're at the front part of the chair, coming all the way forward. And when it comes to having a chair, really the best kind of chair to practice yoga on would be a armless chair, and especially a harder chair. This is an aluminum chair, and you could get them at Target. They're not really very expensive, the folding chairs. And it really is ideal to practice with something with this kind of a chair. However, if you don't have access to that and you have something else, that's great. And even if you do have arms on your chair, that's okay. I'm just suggesting what would be ideal if you did have the opportunity to get that. So we're at the very front edge of the chair. When you come to the chair, you're at the front edge of the chair. And then move around so you actually feel your sits bones on the chair. And then from here, you're going to push one tushy back and then the other tushy. So let it be the buttocks that are moving back, one side and then the other. And then you're going to feel that the low back touches the chair. And at first, maybe your upper back doesn't touch, or maybe it does. And what's important is that throughout our day, for many of us, when we come to a chair, we do this. The body is forward and we lean back and put our back here at the chair. And so then this is just keeping this shape in your body and not helping to correct it. We really want to work on correcting posture because there's so many things that happen when your posture isn't good. Spinal wedge fractures, frozen shoulder, shoulder issues, and then that translates to low back issues, to hip issues, to knee issues, to feet. So really, truly, posture is important for all of us. And so coming forward, taking one buttock at a time back so that your tushy goes back. And then when you get back as far as you could go, you may even notice that you might not even use the chair for support. They manufacture cars these days with the headrest so far forward because so many people's posture is like this, that they have to have that headrest there. And for those of us that really are concerned with posture and are always working on it, it's very hard for me to be in modern cars or to get into a car with someone who's arranged it that doesn't have the best posture. So tushy back, lower back is touching the chair. May seem like, why are you telling us this? Because posture is critical to healthy aging and healthy bones. And so everything you do all day long will add up to something. And here you are today without awareness of how to stack your spine throughout the day. And when we practice yoga, we focus on the spine and where is our spine. So this matters because then we start to strengthen the back and lengthen the front. And that's what we need when it comes to postural correction. So when you're back, close your eyes, move your pelvis back and forth side to side. Really feel the sits bones, the pelvic bones on the chair. And then bring your hands, palms are down on the thighs. Slide your hands back so that the elbows are up against the back of the chair. And if you push your elbows strongly into the back of the chair, you'll feel the muscles in the upper back activate. These are your postural muscles. I call it your hanger. So your hanger that holds you up and wide so you don't fall into a crumpled shape or fall forward. So putting your elbows back. And then if you'd like to lean back, if your back is not being supported by the chair, you could lean back a little. Eyes are closed. Notice here where your head is. And can you push your head back slowly, noticing in your body what you notice? Maybe you notice something in the core, something in the low back. Also really good for those with chronic low back pain to notice where your head is throughout the day and to work on posture and being able to support your body to hold and balance your head on top of itself. That's a big aspect of a healthy back, a healthy spine. From this position here, keep your eyes closed, exhale, and then inhale, let your head just look towards one direction with the eyes closed, a little rotation in the neck, and then back to center. And then the other direction, you inhale, eyes are closed, a little rotational movement, noticing any clicking, any sounds. And then bring yourself back to center. Keep your eyes closed. Let your teeth touch. Press your teeth towards each other. Inhale. As you exhale, let your chin come straight down towards your chest. Keep your teeth together. Inhale, let your chin go straight up towards the sky. Keep moving this direction. It's called cervical flexion and extension. Only moving the neck, the 7 vertebrae in the neck, only in the range of motion that's appropriate for you and your body. You exhale, the chin comes down towards the chest. You keep your teeth together the whole time. You inhale, the chin goes up towards the sky. See if you can feel the muscles on the neck stretch and the muscles on the upper back and neck stretch. Coming back to center, eyes are still closed. We're going to stretch the side of the neck. So right behind the ear, right down the ear, along the neck, we're going to stretch that part of your neck. Hands are on the thighs, elbows are back against the chair, eyes are closed. Observing and letting your mind be in your neck to notice what you notice. Exhale. As you inhale, push the tip of the ear straight up towards the sky and lengthen that side of your neck. Exhale back to center. Go slow. Inhale up. Exhale back. Feeling and noticing the stretch. Notice if you swallow anything, we're compressing lymphatic vessels. This may press and move lymph. You may notice something you may need to swallow. Bring yourself back to center. The eyes are closed. Bring your hands onto your belly. So visualizing the shape of a triangle. The nostrils are the tip of the triangle, or a mountain. Nostrils are the tip, and as you breathe in, your breath comes in from the tip and gets wider all the way down to the seat and as wide as you can with the end of your breath on the inhale. Visualize this triangle or mountain shape. You breathe in through the tip of the nostrils. Feel your body respond and expand as the breath comes in. Take one more breath. Bring awareness to your eyes. Bring your awareness to your hands. Rub your hands together really strong so you feel heat generating in your hands. Bring your hands to cover your eyes and gently blink the eyes open. Often when I watch people take a deep breath, or you tell someone to take a deep breath, or you're watching a show or something and they tell someone to take a deep breath, so often people breathe in this part. Most of the time we're breathing here, very shallow breath. This part of the person rises and expands. You'll say, take a deep breath, and their body will go, and you'll see a lift here, and you'll see this movement here. In actuality, for the best healthy aspects of breath, the diaphragm is the breathing vessel. So when you breathe in, you want to breathe in and down. You want to feel the grounding. There will be a rebound that comes into the spine to bring a gentle lift into the most important area of the spine that fractures this middle range right here from thoracic 8 to lumbar 2, this area here. So when you breathe, visualizing a mountain or a triangle, breathing in and down is a way to really deeply ground that breath and to breathe correctly, properly, and as healthy as possible. So practice that. So bring yourself forward so you're not at the back of the chair. When you are forward, you now are turning on your postural muscles. So there's work happening here for posture when you're forward. Let's use breath and use our body to move the spine in the 6 ranges of motion. The spine comes into extension and flexion. It goes laterally. The lungs go laterally side to side and then top to bottom. These are the ways this is the way the range of motion for lungs. So let's use some movement to get that to happen. Hands are on the thighs, palms are down, backs of the hands are up. Exhale. Inhale, let your hands come up. Let them gently touch your head. And then push your elbows back. Bend your spine so you come into a back bend on the inhale. Exhale to come back down to neutral. Inhale up. Exhale down. Go slow. Feel the stretch in your spine. Inhale. One more. Bring yourself down. Laterally, we're going to expand our lungs wide. So we're going to move our lungs and move our hands like this on the inhale. On the exhale, when we come to compress our lungs, you want to make sure you squeeze the breath out of your body, but you do not round yourself when you come into this part. So we're visualizing widening our breaths. So we're helping to strengthen the muscles of respiration. This is great for supporting immune health. And if you do get sick and you need to clear your lungs, this is a great way to really keep them moving and keep them aerated so you keep everything moving that's in them. All right, let's prepare. Exhale. Inhale, widen yourself, get wide. Exhale. Squeeze out every last drop. Inhale. Exhale, put the other arm on top. Inhale. One more. Bring your hands down. Hands go down alongside the body. Exhale. Inhale. Hold on to your elbows. Let your hands rest on the exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, down. Go slow here. Feel everything moving. Feel the bones moving, the joints moving, the muscles. Exhale to rest. Let your arms reach out as long as they can. Stretch your fingers. So stretch as many things as you can. Be active. Let's do one more. And then bring yourself down. Let your head go side to side. So whatever you do, doing it to your maximum. Everything we do, whether it's a big move or a small move, has a lot of potential for increasing joint range of motion, increasing flexibility, increasing strength. So they may look simple, but you could take it to the maximum, reaching, using resistance with whatever you do. That breathing technique was shared at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. It came out of a research center in India, where it was to keep our lungs as healthy as possible and all the muscles that actually move the lungs. The lungs are not muscular, they're elastic. So we need the muscles of respiration to actually help facilitate breath in and breath out. And that's a big aspect of immune and detoxification and acidity in the body as well. So a lot happens here in the body with breath. So let's move on to a little bit more work aspects of the practice. Take your blanket off to the side. If you have socks on, you could take your socks off to make that real firm foundation with the earth, even if you're not on the dirt, but really grounding here. So you're forward, you're not at the back of the chair. Take your hands down, and then you're going to inhale to open, exhale, hug yourself. Inhale, start to go a little higher if your shoulders will let you. Start to crisscross your arms, a little more active, a little bit more pumping of fluids in the joints and moving things around your system. One more. Bring your hands alongside your body. Inhale out and exhale. So rotator cuff, shoulder rotator cuff. Pay attention. One hand goes on top, then the other switches. Keep your elbows in at the sides of your waist. So warming up the shoulder joint, the shoulder girdle. Inhale out, exhale back. Keep your arms alongside your body so that when you look forward, you either barely see your hands or maybe you're even able to not see them because you're pushing them back so much. Getting those shoulder blades to glide up and down the ribs, shoulder joint to get involved, and then all the muscles of the arm and the shoulder. A lot of lymphatic vessels underneath the armpit, so this helps to move lymph through the system. Then bring yourself here. Let's bring one hand down, one hand up, and switch. Notice where you have that tension in your shoulders. Now, if you need to have your arms down a little lower, go ahead. If you can bring that arm straight off the shoulders, try that. Keep your hands open. Bring yourself up, both hands, inhale, exhale, hands are down. Inhale up and exhale down. This is about your shoulder joint range of motion. Noticing what you notice, one side versus the other. And then bring yourself out. Shoulders are forward, up and down, creating tension in the shoulder joint and then bringing in release. So we're using stress today as our friend. We always do in the practice, actually. When you bring yourself into something where there's a challenge, that's your opportunity to challenge yourself, to gain strength, to gain a little more ground in something, whether it's more range of motion, more strength, more flexibility. Bring yourself out. Hands are to the side. Let's touch the shoulders and then move away. Touch your shoulders and then open your arms out. Bring your hands to touch your shoulders. Let's let the elbows go up and down. Bring yourself back to center. Bring your shoulders forward. Bring them up. Open your throat. Let your head and your neck move as well. Feel the stretch in the neck. Arms go out to the side. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Inhale up. Exhale down. Biggest range of motion you could get with your elbows. One more. And then bring yourself back to center. Shoulders are forward, up and back and down. So take tension out if you brought tension into your shoulders. And then bring yourself down. So lifting your heart, lifting your chest, elbows underneath your shoulders, trying to make sure that you don't have a round shape in your body. Really thinking about being as narrow as you can in your body as opposed to wider. So narrow with the elbows in. Let's take the hands down alongside the body. We're going to work on the shoulder joint. So bring your arms up. If you could come to shoulder height, great. If not, then have them a little lower, whatever you need. Let's go forward. So forward circles. Now you could do this sitting in a chair or you could do this sitting on the ground. You could be in a kneeling position. Really keep a nice long spine. Let your feet be wide and let the toes touch the ground as well. Feel your buttocks in the chair or wherever they are as a nice firm foundation. And you're making these little circles using gravity for weight bearing, strengthening postural muscles, upper back and neck muscles. Start to go a little bit bigger. Keep your arms straight, no bent elbows. Bigger. And then bring yourself down. So we are in the shoulder joint for those of you that have shoulder issues or any issues whenever you're practicing yoga. You have to decide what's appropriate for you, and don't get caught up in doing it the way that I'm doing it or the way you think it should be done. Do it in what way is appropriate for your body. So in this case, we're actually rolling the upper arm bone around in the shoulder. So we're going to be affecting rotator cuff muscles and all the muscles that attach the arm onto the body. So see if that feels appropriate for you. Some movements with shoulders are easier when you use the whole shoulder girdle as one unit versus just the shoulder joint. So see how you feel. I definitely feel tension in my upper back and neck. So I know that I'm focusing on strengthening my hanger or my postural muscles. Bring the arms out to the side. We're going to go backwards this time. A little easier, I find, to do backstroke with the hands to feel that support of posture in the upper body. See if you could feel the muscles underneath the arms by the armpit or even down to the forearm. And keep your neck long here. Make sure your neck is not scrunching up. So lift your heart, press your heart up. And then push your belly button back towards your spine to support the low back. Head is back. Make sure it's not too far forward. So you give your back a break. Enter into the tension, to the stress, to the challenge. Do what's appropriate for you. Use your breath. Breathe through it. Big circles. And then bigger. And then bring your hands down. One buttock at a time to move back to support your body. Shoulders are forward, up, back, and down. Shrug your shoulders up and then drop them. Shrug them up and drop them. Let your head, the ear go straight up towards the sky on one side and then straight up towards the sky on the other. Try not to rotate your cervical spine. We're just stretching the side. And then bring your teeth together. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, chin straight up. Chin to chest. And chin up. And then bring yourself back to center. So let's get the block. Hold on to your block. So hold on to your block like this. This is the biggest, longest way you could hold it, right? The other way would be this, or there's this. So you're going to hold it onto the widest place possible. Come forward so your back is not against the chair. You have that nice support growing out of your pelvis. Our hands are down on the block. Arms are straight. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Notice when you come into the place of tension, when your elbows want to start bending, when things happen with your chest or your shoulders, lift your heart up. See if you feel anything down the back of your body. Bring your block up, hold it up. Squeeze the block, try to straighten the arms. And then bring your hands down. Take the block off to the side, grab the strap. We're going to stretch the shoulders, pay attention to what if you have issues, if you have rotator cuff issues, pay attention to how much you should stretch your shoulder and what's appropriate for you. So be your own yoga therapist, your own physical therapist, your own chiropractor. Be inside your body and determine what's safe and what's not. Bring your hands up and back. Bring your hands up and back. Let your heart open. And then bring yourself down. We're going to work on our muscles that are in between the shoulder blades that help to pull the shoulder blades towards each other. The shoulder blades behind your body right around here should live on your back. But when we are in a seated position or when we're doing everything forward, they slide away from the spine and they move towards the side of the body. So those muscles between the shoulder blades, either the traps or the rhomboids, we're going to focus on them. We're going to think about our shoulder blades. They're kind of like triangles right around here, like wings. You're going to think of drawing them towards each other and down towards the pelvis, in and down. That's what we're going to focus on here at the back of the body. So take your strap, pull your strap so you have some tension. Bring your strap behind your head. You inhale up and then exhale. Let your shoulder blades slide towards each other and slide down towards your pelvis. Let it be the shoulder blades that do this. Inhale up. Exhale down. Shoulder blades slide towards each other and let them slide down your back towards your pelvis. Don't let the strap slide on your head. Push the strap back so it's not touching your head. The awareness is on the shoulder blades towards each other and down towards the pelvis. Last one, towards each other, down towards the pelvis. Stay here. Keep the strap pushing away from your head. Don't let it rest on your head. Lift your heart, pelvis into the chair, belly button supporting, or belly area, core supporting you. Don't let the strap rest on your head. Push it back, pull it out. If you pull on the strap, that'll activate those shoulder blades to slide towards each other and down. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. So we're working on the stress of gravity today. We're working with gravity, strengthening joints with gravity. We're working on strengthening the part of us that holds us up against gravity. Take your stuff off to the side. Bring yourself back, rest for a second. Notice what you need to do for your body. You could close your eyes if you want and let your body catch up. Let you catch your breath. If you'd like to bring your shoulders forward, up, back, and down, you could try that. And then open your eyes. So bring your chair back, clear your space. So bring your chair back so that you have the front part of your mat to work with. We're going to come into a wide-legged position. So coming to the front edge of the chair, taking the back foot. Now, even this position, to even be in this position, may be a challenge. So to even find this in your body may be hard, to get that back leg straight, to get the front leg all the way to the end of the chair. So you really want the chair to hit right where the knee is. You want that back leg to be straight. Sometimes it helps to put the back leg forward a little bit because this depends on how much flexibility you have in your pelvis. We are on the seat, so that can be easier than coming at this from a standing position. This is the warrior two position in the legs. Bring your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Take the front hand on that leg and push yourself so your body definitely goes on top of your torso. And then bring the other hand, the back hand up. Back leg is straight. And then bring the front hand up. This is a warrior two position. Really push that front leg into the chair. Push the feet into the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale. Flip the front hand up. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to tip back into what's called a reverse warrior. Let your hand go down your legs. Reach through the fingers. Feel that stretch in the front of the body. On the side, the front, the side of your body that the hand is in the air. Using gravity to help stretch the joints, the muscles. Take one more breath. And then you're going to bring yourself long and bring yourself onto what's known as a side angle position. If you bring your hand on the inside, it's a little more stretch, you get a little bit more stabilization in your spine. Here in the side angle, press your heart forward, lengthen your spine. Coming back to the warrior two, let's do what's called a warrior dance. Palm is up, exhale, inhale up. Exhale, come into side angle. Go slow and really let your limbs move here. Bring yourself back to your warrior two, and then all the way out. We're going to go to the other side. So position yourself onto the other side. When we do this in a chair like this with gravity, what often happens is when you move away from your practice, you'll feel more openness in your body. For those with hip issues, with low back issues, it's very liberating and freeing of the hip area and pelvic area and low back. So find the shape in whatever way you can. Back leg is straight. Front knee comes all the way to the edge of the chair. Take your hand on the front thigh. Push away so that your torso goes right above your pelvis. You don't want your torso to be coming forward. So if you push away to come back, and then inhale, lift the back arm, and then bring the front arm up. Pushing your arms back, lengthening your neck, lengthening your spine. Take one more breath. Turn your front hand up, exhale, and then inhale to lift your hand up and lift your hand on the back leg. It's a reverse warrior. Feel that stretch in that front arm, front pelvis. Reach through your fingers. So the fingers reach up, the fingers reach down. Try to get as far from the fingertips as you can with each hand, really increasing and lengthening your wingspan. Lift your heart. Push away from the chair. Take one more breath. And then inhale to come forward and long and bring yourself into the side angle. Either on your thigh or on the inner knee joint. Long spine. And let's move through the dance. Inhale. And exhale. Feel your body moving. Upper body moving independently from lower body. Helps to release tension in the middle of the body, where the back is, low back, middle back. Last one. Bring yourself back up to the warrior two, and then bring yourself all the way out. Come to sit. On your chair, close your eyes, sit back. And then open your eyes. Let's do a little for taking out any tension, a little twisting here. So coming forward, so your tushy is forward to the back of the chair. Lift your arm, look at your hand, let your arm go back, use the opposite hand on the leg to get that rotation to come into your body. Keep your hand higher than your heart. Let your gaze follow your hand as you open. Inhale and exhale back. Inhale, open. One more. And bring yourself back to center. So come to sit at the side of your chair. So you're in the front, you're going to move your body to the side. If you have arms on your chair, your legs may be here. Coming to the side of your chair, take one hand on the back of the chair, one hand on your thigh, long in your neck, really lift your heart here. Push your pelvis into the ground, protect your low back, hugging your lumbar spine with your core muscles. Inhale, exhale, and now as you inhale, let the lower ribs move towards the back of the chair. Let the middle ribs move towards the back of the chair, and then let the upper ribs move. If you're able to take both hands on the chair, take your hands on the chair, push down and get tall in your spine. Lift your heart. So spinal rotation is safe as long as you have a lengthened spine and you are lifting your heart, a little extension or a back bend in that upper curve. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other, lengthen your neck, lower your shoulders. Use the chair for as much tension as is safe for your body. So close your eyes, be inside your body, feel what's appropriate amount of tension in this rotational movement. Take one more breath. Bringing yourself out, we're going to go to the other side. So move your chair or not, you decide. Take your hand on the back, your other hand on your thigh. Press your pelvis into the ground, hug your lumbar spine, lift your heart, lengthen your spine. Exhale. Inhale, lower ribs, middle ribs, and upper ribs. Rotate. Using your hands to help with traction in whatever force is possible or safe for your body. Long neck, lower shoulders. Close your eyes, noticing what you notice. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Come out, sit back. Noticing what you notice. Notice where your pelvis is in relationship to your upper back. Try to get the pelvis to be back as far as it can be against the chair. And bring yourself forward. We're going to come to standing. We're going to do the dancing warrior standing. We'll use the chair for support. So these different ranges of motion that we're going to bring into our hips and our pelvis and our low back, really releasing and stretching, using gravity from different angles to actually get this nice release in our body. You'll notice when you finish with today's practice how your body feels, how the freedom that comes into your body when you do some of these movements. So let your legs be wide, walk your feet closer to the chair, take your hands on your thighs, bending forward. I want you to practice hip flexion because this is the proper way to bend in our bodies at our hips and not at our spine. So use the hands there to protect your spine for grounding, bringing yourself forward, noticing what you notice in your glutes, in your low back. This is a hip joint movement. And then bring yourself back to neutral. Push your feet into the floor. Do a couple of up and downs here to load and unload the hips. Try not to have too much momentum with this. So don't go forward and backwards and then come up. Try not to do this with momentum. Try to do it with muscles. One more, come up. Move your stuff off to the side. You want to have a clean space so you don't trip. So we're going to do the warrior dance. Make sure the camera's okay. Okay. So we're going to do the warrior dance. It's your choice. Having a chair here might be nice for some of you or not. So you either can have the chair here or not. I'll show you with the chair. You would have the chair here so that if you needed it when you were doing your warrior dance, it's there. Sometimes moving the body through different ranges of motion can be a little unsettling if you have balance issues. So it's always better to be safe than sorry. So if you need a chair, keep a chair there. If not, that's fine as well. Let's come to mountain, chair there or not. And from here, wide stance. Now we're going to be stretching our feet, our ankles, our hips, our knees, our spine, our torso. So this is a really, and we're going to flow. So it's not about going deep into this and loading up the joints deeply. It's really, I want you to find this flow as if you were in water. And that's why sometimes the chair may be good there so you don't have to go down as deep. Take your heel, move your toes away, move the back heel away. So you grab the floor with your feet. You're going to take your front knee and then you're going to exhale and inhale slowly to come down into that front knee and then bring yourself out. Push away from the back foot, coming down and out. Try not to let your torso go forward. So let that front knee, front hip bend and let your torso go straight down to the ground. It's not this. Don't let your torso go to your front knee and hip. It'll load in it too much and make it feel even harder. I want you to go deeper in that hip joint and go straight down. Be a little bit more in the back of your leg. Warming up that hip, the knee. Push the knee to the side when you come down. Let your arms go up and down like you're in water. And then on your next one, come down and stay down. Now arrange your feet. Push into that pinky toe edge on the back foot. Lift the back arch. Grab the floor with the foot. Lift your heart. Get tall here. Take an exhale. Flip the front hand up. Inhale. Let's come into the reverse. And then bring yourself forward into side angle. Into reverse. And side angle. Maybe feeling a little more stretch now into the waist, the core, the back. Whether you bend that front knee a lot or not doesn't matter. really flow here. One more each direction. And then bring yourself back to center. Bring yourself out. Let's come into mountain posture of alignment. Notice your heart rate may be accelerated. Catch your breath. Take one more breath. So we'll go to the other side. Feet are wide, chair or no chair. And if you chose to not use a chair at first, but you think maybe it'd be a little better to get a chair, then do that. It's your practice. You're moving your joints, your muscles, you're creating flow in your body, space, working on alignment, moving arthritic deposits, moving congestion and tension, moving stress out of your body from current or from even years and years ago. Play with your body, let it be real fluid here. Toes are forward, pinky toe edge is back. Shoulders are forward, up, back, and down. Exhale. And as you inhale, push away from that back foot, load into the front knee, hip and knee joint, bending. On the next one, you're going to come down and hold. Exhale, turn the front palm up. Inhale to tip back into the reverse warrior. Inhale forward into the side angle. Slower is harder. Slower is more advanced. Explore the range of motion that's appropriate for you. One more each direction. Bring yourself back up and out into mountain. Close your mouth, breathe in and out through your nose. Visualize the shape of a mountain. The nose is the tip of the mountain. Breathe in and down, all the way down to the ground, like the shape of a mountain. Feel that downward heaviness, grounding aspect of breath. Long neck, chin parallel towards the ground. One more breath. And release your body. Learning how to manage your breath, how to slow down your breath is a valuable skill. Helps with anxiety, helps to increase energy, helps if you do catch a cold and you need to move toxins, keep your body bringing breath in, because that's how we create energy, is through breath. Oxygen is involved in energy production in the cells. So we're going to come down onto the ground. Grab your props. your blanket, your block, and your strap. Coming down onto the ground, take a pretty wide stance. So your feet are wide apart from each other and wide also. And then load yourself down onto the ground. Bring your blanket underneath your knees. Come onto all fours. Hands are wide and forward. Move your body around in your hips, in your shoulders. You really push the side of your body, the side of the shoulders, the side of the hips. And then bring yourself forward and back. And then bring yourself forward. Take your hands wide and forward. Take your knees to the back of your blanket. Flip your toes under. And then bring your pelvis forward. Feel the stretch in the front of the belly. Let your head look up. And then bending your hip joint, bring your head towards the ground. Inhale forward. Exhale, bend your hip. When you come back, stay back. Let your forehead rest on the ground or put a block there and put your head on a block. Keep your arms straight. Push your chest towards the ground. Feel that stretch underneath the armpits. Spread your hands. Push your rib cage towards the ground. Take one more breath. Bring yourself up. Take your hands over to the right. Walk your hands over to the right. And then bending your hips a little more, let the belly come towards the top thighs. Arms are straight, palms are open. Let your head rest on the left arm. Push the hips to the left and feel that stretch along the left side. Take one more breath. Walk your hands over to the side. Palms are flat, arms are straight. Let your head rest on your right arm. Push your hips to the right. Really push your hips. Let your head rest on your right arm. Arms are straight, palms are open. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Let your forehead rest. Straighten out your body. And then lift your head, bring yourself up. Bring your arms, take your arms. A lot of deep stretching in the arms, armpits. So either sitting on your flipped under toes, staying in the kneeling position if that's what your body needs, or coming to sit on your heels, toes are flat on the ground. So choose a way to rest, but if you flip your toes under, you're stretching your feet as well. So if that's okay for you to do that. Take your arms, let your arms move. Let your body shake, take tension out. So we've done a lot today to increase range of motion in the joints, to stretch the joints. Let's do a plank posture to strengthen the whole the anterior or the front of the body with this new openness in the joints. We're going to come into the plank for 10 breaths. You decide which variation you want to do. You either come into the full version or you come into the modification, and then take 10 breaths. And when you finish your 10 breaths, come into a rest position. Bring yourself up. Come into a kneeling position to catch your breath. For those that are slower breathers, you'll be up for a little longer. Close your eyes, catch your breath. Then open your eyes. Bring your blanket to the top of your mat. Before you go down, if you have a loop in your strap, put the loop in your strap. If you don't have a loop, you'll be able to tie your strap. So get whatever you have available to you. Bring yourself onto the side. Take your arm out to the side and come all the way down. Get your strap. Put your legs through your strap. Bring your strap to the top of your thighs. We're going to do a bridge posture, holding bridge. So the plank strengthens the front body. Bridge strengthens the back body. So let's really bring as many muscles in the front and the back of the body to strengthen this new openness we have in the joints. After today's practice, flowing through the joints and stretching all the joints in the way that we did. So you're going to press your hands into the ground. Lift your shoulder blades. Lift your body up so your shoulder blades can move towards the spine. Then take the blanket away from the back of the head. Arms are down alongside your body. Take your feet a little away from you and push out on the strap so you feel the side body activate. Tilt your pelvis down so your low back touches the ground. Exhale. And then push your feet into the floor. Peel your spine away. Inhale up to about your heart. Long neck. Exhale to lower back down. Articulate your spine, pushing out on the strap, rolling through your entire spine. Peel it off the ground up to about the heart. Exhale down. One more. Bring yourself back down. Walk your feet as close as you can get them to your body. Slide the shoulder blades closer to each other, real narrow in the top body. Lift the chin, tuck it towards the chest. Exhale. Flatten the low back and inhale to lift yourself up. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale back down. One more. You're going to inhale up and hold this for 10 breaths. The weight is in the upper back, not in the head and the neck. Push out in your strap. Push your hands. Let your hands help as well. When you're ready to come down, lengthen your spine as you come down. Bring the blanket back under your head. Bring your knees into your chest. Rocking side to side. Grab your block, put your block between your legs. Let your arms go to the side. Keep your knees high. Bring your legs over to one side. So either you could keep the block there. For some of you, it may feel better to put the block on the ground and let your legs rest on the block. Or maybe you don't need it at all. Take your hand on that top leg. Let your head look in the opposite direction. And let that opposite arm reach high. Really stretch your body. Breathe to the side that's on the top. Breathe to the waist, to the buttocks. Wring your body out. Take the tension out of your body. Take one more breath. I'm going to go to the other side. Bring the block if you need it. Bring your legs to the other side. Hand on the top leg. Head to the side. Reach your arm long. Wring your body out. Breathe to this side. Take one more breath. Slowly bring yourself back to center. Knees are into the chest, rocking side to side. Feet on the ground. Take your legs long. We're going to come into Shavasana. Letting everything settle and rest. Let your legs be wide, your hands be to the side. Close your eyes. Let your awareness go up and down your body. Stay focused on your breath. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring movement into your body. Eventually bringing the knees into the chest. And from there, rolling onto your side. From there, pushing away from the ground and coming into a seated or kneeling position. Keep your eyes closed. We're going to close the practice with sound, a humming sound. Bring your hands together. Let your hands touch your heart touch your hands. Long spine. Exhale. Inhale down to your spine. So with a practice like today, a little more strengthening in the shoulders, the upper back, and then the bridge and the plank, really strengthening the whole front, the whole back. Notice how you feel today after this practice. A lot of opening taking place today. Some more space created, and make sure that that's appropriate for you in your practice. We used weight today. We were weight bearing into those stretches. So pay attention to how that feels in your joints after today's practice. This would definitely be a great practice for those with arthritis. All right. All right. Sorry, Daryl. I don't know if you're still here. There was some a little bit. Okay, great, Michael. Nice that that was happening, that was good for you. Hope you girls feel good, and then whoever else is here. I don't know if Lee is out there. If you are, hello, Lee. Steve, haven't seen Steve for a while. Wonder what's going on with him. Anyway, well, I hope you're welcome, Stevie. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you feel really good after this practice. I feel pretty good, so hopefully you do as well. All right, have a great day.